Hello, this is Bobby from Ragged Poet, and this is day 4 of LenorMarch, the Lenormand challenge, Lenormand. And today we show you our decks, and everyone's going to love these videos because we all like seeing each other's stuff. So, straight into it. This is my my very simplest and smallest Lenormand deck. It's just called the Len. Pretty simple. And here's your cards. No pips, no nothing. Very easy to use. Really, really basic. Rider, clover, ship, house, tree, cloud, snake, coffin, flowers, scythe, whip, birds, child, fox, bear, star, stork, dog, tower, garden, mountain, path, mice, hearts, ring, book, letter, man, woman. The man and woman are pretty awful. Oh, some of the pictures I don't like, but it's simple, it's easy to use, and I don't think people would have much of a problem with it. So there we go. That's the little Len baby, and it is tiny, about maybe 2 inches high, even if that. Well, this is the Pixies Lenormand, the one with the, and that's the size of this one in comparison to that one. So that's a pretty standard playing card size. I think Pixies Astounding Lenormand. So that's the Len, and the backs again are very, very simple. Pixies one, most people would know this one. It's quite, a lot of people have got it. It's the one based on Pamela Coleman Smith's artwork for the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So they're very familiar looking images. I think they took parts of the cards from the tarot deck and used them in this. Or at least they took the drawing style and the colours. So I think they actually did maybe take parts of the cards in some of them anyway. So it's very recognisable, pretty easy to use. The images are fairly clear. No playing card inserts, but that doesn't really matter. Roman numerals, which I prefer. And yeah, the images are pretty easy to understand. So that's probably quite a good deck for beginners. Put that back later. The next one I'm going to show you is one that I got. The first Lenormand deck I actually ever got by mistake, because I just thought it was an oracle deck. It was called the Gothic Oracle, or Mysteries of the Old Castle, and it's by a Russian artist called Berenice, I believe. And this is the intro card, and it says, "The old castle on a hill, year after year, century after century, succeeded each other at its foot. Generation after generation were born and died within these walls. These walls became witness of many victories and tragedies in their lifetime. They were scorched by damnations, terrible confessions made their flesh crawl, and hitherto each stone keeps memory of the yore. Time hasn't spared dwellers of the old castle, despite all of their glory and power, but could not destroy its stone walls. The castle outlived all masters and continues to lead the mysterious life. It can tell you its secrets, if you're ready to listen." So there's an intro card, and that's just a welcome to my deck, and a card in Russian. And the images themselves, it's back to front, but they are gorgeous. I love them. They are very, very gothic. Quite dark, some of them. Mostly they're really straightforward. A few aren't. Because they're very big cards. They're bigger than poker cards. So again, if I get Pixie, so there you go. Comparison. But they're lovely. The man, the woman, I just love all of these. I really do. I imported this deck from Russia. I got a few because other people wanted one, and it made it easier. And as I said, I just thought it was an oracle deck. I fell in love with the imagery. Reminds me of the Hound of the Baskervilles. I had no idea that it was Lenormand. So, just love all the images on it. Look at the coffin with the candles, isn't that glorious? The clouds, that could be mistaken for birds, but yeah. The tree's really kind of spooky and cool in the house. There's 2 houses in this deck, so you get a choice of houses. 2 there. I don't know what the lighting's like on this video. I borrowed my daughter's beauty lighting. Look at the ship with that beautiful Turner-esque sky. And I love the clover. Look at that. And the rider. Look at him. Da 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 da. Do 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 do. Riders of the Stone. So there we go. That's the Gothic Oracle, or Mysteries of the Old Castle, all the way from Russia. And by the same artist, I also have 2 more decks which came in a set as one. One is the Lilac Twilight Lenormand, and the other is the Cherry Twilight Lenormand. They have equally beautiful imagery, although it's not as obviously not as dark as the old castle. I'll just show you a few of the cards. Hopefully the light is not too bad because I can't see what's happening. The clouds are really beautiful. Great artist. I just love this artwork. I love these decks. And they don't have the playing cards, but the images are all pretty clear. Look, there's the garden. So I don't think anyone would have a problem reading with these. They'd be difficult for spreads like the Grand Tableau because they're so big. But they are very, very lovely. Oh, and the Lilac version has this lovely fortune teller card. Isn't she gorgeous? In a Heidi-like way, which you could use as a significator, I guess. And the cherry one, again, it's got different, same style of imagery, but different again. And they're just beautiful. I like the tree because it's wintry, and we all know that I'm the winter child. And the clouds, again, they've got that real Turner-esque look about the raging sea, and the brooms, very nice. Oh, look at the bear in the snow. Wow, the stars is amazing. Look at it. Well, that looks like that must be some old Russian fairy tale inspired illustration, I think, by the look of it. With the swans. I know it, but I can't bring it to mind at the moment. Stork, the dog, the tower, the garden, the mountain, the heart, cameo, ring, book, letter, the man, and the woman, old Russian. She looks more like a kind of peasant woman, but he looks more highborn, but they're amazing. And the moon is really deliciously spooky. So that's those 2. So there again, all by the artist Berenique from Russia, and I love them very much. Now, next, as I said, I'm not actually very good at Lenormand. I don't read it very well, but I do like things made of paper, and I love books and cards and pretty pictures and everything to do with art. I'm an artist. I love art. It makes me happy, and cards make me happy. I've always made cards. I make artist trading cards. I haven't done them for a long time. I used to mail them all over the world. I just love making cards. I've started very many tarot and oracle decks, but never finished one because I'm not really focused enough to do that. But I might do one day. This little beauty is by someone called Edmund Zebrowski, and it's the Day of the Dead Lenormand. It was a very limited edition. I think mine is 82 out of 112. And I think I got this round about just after I got the Old Castle one, 2012. And it came in this gorgeous pouch that he made with the skull beads. It's really beautiful. I got it because I love all things Day of the Dead, Amigo de los Muertos, and it's a cute little deck, and the colours are great. It's about the same size as the Pixie deck, and it's got a happy squirrel. Look at the happy squirrel, the happy squirrel skeleton. The images, if you know the Lenormand pretty well, you've got the numbers, so it wouldn't be too confusing. They're on the whole, they are pretty basic and easy to read. So, yeah, there we go. Quick flip through for you. Very bright, looks beautiful laid all out in a grand tableau. Not too big. Fairly easy to know what you're looking at. No pip playing card symbols, but I actually did find, reading about those playing card decks, I did find a good reason for those the other day for beginners, which was they show you which are the people cards in the Lenormand system, which is kind of useful if you don't know it that well. What have we got next? This is a gorgeous little bag. And in here is... Oh no, you've seen this one. We don't need to see that game. That's the deck I made myself. Yeah, we don't want to see that. That's that scrabbly old playing card deck. So that can go out of the way. Another little beautiful bag. And in here we have... this is the by Seven of 7 Stars, who did the Deck of the Bastard, and she made this, I think it's a Halloween Lenormand deck. I don't know, there's an introductory card. Is that an introductory card? New cards. It is a Halloweeny one, or the Samhain. I think it's a Samhain Lenormand, and it has some extra cards. It's got the spider, the bats, the cats, and the pumpkins. And for the spider we have, there's a little instruction card for those, just for those 4 cards. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we seek to deceive. It doesn't say that, I added that. The spider represents the weaver of life's fate and the shadowy self, the dark aspects of life or personality, and they're just creepy as heck. The bat, keen observation and the ability to see through illusion. The bat lets no one slack off and picks up on everything. The cat represents timing in action, the courage to explore the unknown. The 2 cats represent harmonious relationships and the balance between independence, black, and togetherness, white. Darkness, light, action versus observation. There they are. And then the pumpkins. The pumpkins represent prosperity, abundance, descendants, luck, illustrious children, enchantment. The fruit draws Earth's energy to manifest gold. I love those extra cards. I think every deck should have them, especially the bats. It's a lovely deck. I really like it a lot. And it's the same size as the Pixie deck. And these are the backs with a label on. I just recorded about 10 minutes of video without the camera switched on, or the phone. So I'm back again, having adjusted the lighting because it was giving a lot of glare. I'm sorry about the earlier part of the video. And I'm back with another deck by the same artist who did the Samhain Lenormand. This is the Natalie Rose Lenormand, which was created as a kind of Yule Christmassy season deck. I think she created it, 7 Stars created it with her daughter. It's got, again, I love the imagery. It's one of my favourites. Look at the birds. And one of my favourite things about this deck is it has 2 tree cards. It has a Christmas tree and a normal tree. And I just love those. I think they're my favourite trees in any Lenormand deck. And it's actually probably one of my most used decks. It's got a nasty, dented and munted that card, but never mind. It's got that linen kind of cardstock, which is nice. But if you bend it, it's creased and bent for life. The bear in the snow and the fish and the tower and the man and the key and the bolt and the ladder and the heart and the sun and the mountain and the lady and the clouds and the house. So I really like that deck. These are the backs. I'm not sure if I showed you those already, but they are beautiful, really stunning. And it's one of my most, as I said, one of the ones I use the most, even though the images are quite dark and muddy. And probably not at all helpful to a beginner like me, because I have to really work out what they are. It's all that matters. So what else have we got? I have the Blue Owl, which I won't bother showing you because loads of people have got this deck, and it's just a very basic traditional style Lenormand, and it's highly recommended for beginners, which is why I got it, but I actually haven't used it yet. Not used it, baby. This deck is pretty special. This is the Indigo Pain Lenormand by Beth Solonen. She creates some quirky decks. She has her own website, and this she dedicated it to her stepfather Ron Hatton, and the images are all related to his life. She actually says on the back it's dedicated to the life of her stepfather, who passed away after a 2-year battle with cancer. Excerpts of his life and philosophy are captured on each card and serves to honour my memory of him. May the images assist in bringing clarity to any question, just as he helped bring clarity to me in my life. That's pretty nice and special, isn't it? So I got this deck in, again, it's a limited edition. This is number 28 of 60. The only thing I don't like is the cardstock is, oh, there's a picture of her stepfather, is laminated. They are actually hand printed, I think, and laminated, and it makes it really slippery and shiny, and you can probably see that in the light. But the images themselves are pretty delightful. A couple I don't like. I don't like the heart. But just some of them, most of them are gorgeous. I love the colouring too. Not sure, the bouquet is just actually one flower, but I suppose one flower can be a bouquet, why not? Yeah, so some of the images are, but because they're about this person's life, well, what do you expect? I like the stars and the fox. See, this is, the coffin's got a moon on it and a cross, which is a kind of a bit strange really to have the 3 elements on one card. It looks like it's actually got 2 moons. So there's a few things that are odd, and the rider looks like it's a skeleton horse. Bear's quite vicious looking. The key's hard to work out really, it's not that straightforward. But the others are good. I like the man, that's obviously our stepfather. I love that card, and I love the child. I think those two look amazing together. So, and then the scythe is a Grim Reaper, although I don't normally like decks with too many people in. But no, it is a beautiful deck, and it's kind of special, so I like that one. I didn't know the cards were going to be super shiny glossy when I got it, or I wouldn't have bothered. And then we have my lovelies here in their little velvet bags. These are all from the Game of Hope website, and one I used on my first video, so I won't show you that one again. But this is another, that was the Lilac Dondorf. This is Lefanu's Destroyed Dondorf. Lefanu is a member of Eclectic Tarot, and he is really into Lenormand, and he's a collector and an amazing writer. He's had an amazing blog. It was called A Cabinet of Curiosities, but he hasn't been writing it much lately. But he's just a beautiful writer, and he got together with the Game of Hope people and produced this from original deck that he owns, an old Dondorf, Lenormand. So there we go. There's the title card. Lefano's destroyed Dondorf. And it's basically just got all of the marks of the cards. This is probably my second most played with deck. So you've got prints and stains on the cards. They're all different. The stains are different. They've actually produced them really well. So I love it. Again, the backs are similar to the one I used the other day. They're really pretty. And the thing I was saying earlier about the playing card inserts being useful for beginners is that all of the ones that have got court cards in as an insert in the Lenormand deck are actually cards that are what they call people cards. And I didn't know any of that until I read it the other day. Look at that one with that beautiful ink blot on it. I just love this deck. I just love the oldie feel of it. Like I love old 70s tarot decks with just the vibe they've got on. Look at the ink on that one. It's beautiful. And it looks like they might have handwritten across the cards, whoever owned it. But oh, it's just stunning. So that one and the 2/7 ones are probably two of my favourite decks. But I think probably the Fanu one would win because it is very, very beautiful. And then the other one, that's the one I showed you the other day, which is just a Lilac Dondorf. This one is... This is a French deck. Father Carton. Lenormand from Paris. Paris circa 1890, reproduced in 2013. Again, this is by the Game of Hope. And it's beautiful. Look at the colouring. I can't read the poems because they're in German, but... well, I can try. And they're also written in Old English, whatever you call that script. German written in Old English. And I can't actually make out any of the words. Duft mit Nachten. Nachten is night, I think. Wachtigel Nichte. Erste Liebe Heistrunen. Oh no, I'm not very good at that. I'll destroy the language and I'm not going to insult my European friends. I'm European myself, but this is beautiful. I just like the borders, the pinky bit, you know. Look at the bear and the star. Again, they're really easy to work out what they are, and they've got the poems on which some people don't like, and if you don't speak German, they're probably not much use. But I might translate them just for the hell of it. I love words. I love languages. Oh, look, there's two men. Oh, you've got a man and a woman facing. Oh, that's really nice. I really love Lenormand decks when they give you two guys and two gals, because it's pretty good for same-sex couples, and I think it's really important to honour and respect all these different things. We are all, as I keep saying, we're all one, we're all earthlings, we've both got male and female in us. Oh, look at the bouquet, and the sun, and the moon, and the key. A beautiful deck. The Game of Hope decks are, they do a fantastic job with them. They are really, really amazing. So, I mean, if you want a really beautiful deck, I highly recommend Game of Hope website. They do not cut anything out. You know, the productions they do are fantastic. So, we've done those. I've got Under the Roses, which I got with my it came on a special deal with my Caitlin Matthews Lenormand book. I have, this one is called Les Vieux Jours, the good old days, I think that means, or something like that, or the young days, the good old days. This, I think I got this one in a trade. The cards are quite bright, so you've got, and they're kind of collagey. The Cavalier instead of the Rider, the Clover. They're normal playing card size, ship, house, very bright, funky. Look at the clouds. That reminds me of, this deck would go really well with the Tarot Illuminati. I mean, look at that. I just gave mine away, but it would go really well with it. The Scythe. So yeah, I like that. It's fun. I like the Tower. But I like towers. We know that too. And look at the mice. The mice are really cute. It's a fun deck. I do like it. I wasn't quite sure what to expect when I got it, but I'm glad I have it. I really like it a lot. So that's the Vieux Jours Lenormand. And I think originally it may have come from Game Crafter or somewhere. I think it might have said that in one of the intro cards. One more. This is the English Petit Atelier, I can't say it. Translated by Eric Bowers. This Petit Atelier deck has long been obscured to the English-speaking world by the French language. Now you can read fortunes with the very first English translation of this deck. This is the deck the most famous cartomancer in history, Mademoiselle Lenormand, learned to read cards with, and now you can read with the very same deck, the original Lenormand deck. Well, I'm not sure if it is or not, but anyway, I haven't looked at this actually very much. It's a strange deck with meanings and numbers. Art, thief. So number 29 says art, thief, ignorance, but none of these seem thought, military, blonde girl, a man. Oh, they've got letters: hope, disease, priest. Yeah, so it's very different to Lenormand. So I'm not really sure what it's doing in this video. There we go. You've seen it now, and that's that. That's my collection. Oh, and I have the Enchanted Lenormand by Caitlin Matthews, which I showed you yesterday. And there we go. So thank you for watching. I hope you had fun and it wasn't too painful. Okay, bye.